all you sports fans out there in and around the great state of Michigan, and welcome to the Season 3 premiere of the Hot Seat Sports Talk. Farewell season. But we got a ton to talk about here today, because we've been away for a while.
I would say a solid 2.5, 3 months because of the school year, yeah.
Yeah?
That makes sense.
Well,
Logic.
Facts.
Yep.
okay. So let's get into it. Hot Seat headlines, just as always. Le'Veon Bell is still holding out.
As I told you and everyone else would if he didn't report a couple days ago, which he didn't.
He's not suiting up for week 1. There's rumors of him not coming back till week 10.
10.
Because he needs to play 6 games in order to be an unrestricted free agent.
He needs to play?
Yes, he has to play 6
So
games.
he plays from 10 out? All right, that makes sense.
Yep.
Because unless Le'Veon Bell gets the money he wants, he's not going to want to stay in Pittsburgh. Even if the team's as good as they are, it's all about money and business for him.
More plays towards all their upcoming starts from their draft and more passing. I like that.
Yeah, he'll like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got James Conner.
I got
We'll
it.
get into that later.
That'll be a lot more trash talking later.
Yeah, I'll be later.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to win.
See, it's already starting. It's already starting.
Just wait. We're almost there.
What happened last year?
It's still starting.
Wait. What a shot. Colin Kaepernick is still in the news, and this time it's about the Nike ad and everything else that's going on. People are protesting by burning their shoes, their
People
shirts.
are overreacting about this.
I like the ad campaign. Like, I'm not talking about Colin Kaepernick. Like the ad campaign,
do
what you feel is right, no matter it's
like Odell.
Doing what you believe
good.
in. It's basically saying do what you believe in.
Yep. I like the Odell Beckham ad, like that, his part in it. But
the Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Which one? I think it's
Serena
Shaquille.
Williams.
And Serena Williams. There's a bunch of sports.
And LeBron James.
Yeah, exactly. LeBron's the biggest one, probably.
Yeah, but just like you said, the ad is good.
The ad's great.
The athlete that they chose, he's not even an athlete anymore.
Well,
is terrible.
Well, yeah,
it's
he's
terrible.
not an athlete anymore, but that's because of what he's been doing.
Yeah.
That's why Nike probably reached out to him because of what's happening.
Yep. It's going to bring a lot more attention to them. It's a big marketing.
And it's already working. They have heard a lot of attention already.
I mean,
he's wearing Nike. I would have worn Nike, but I like Star Wars.
When am I not, though?
Yeah, honestly, dude. It's like when he's born, he's probably wearing a Nike shirt.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I mean,
Nike diapers.
Nike diapers. There you go.
Look at season 2 last year.
Hire me for product creation.
Product creation.
Okay.
Hit up Higgy.
Okay. That's them. Okay.
Nike. sponsor us.
Higgie.
Okay. In football news.
Oh boy.
Khalil Mack's a Bear.
This is going to be
I'm so happy I drafted the Bears defense.
Why do you think it's going to be big?
Just everything that's happening in this division.
The NFC North has acquired if not acquired, have just been around the NFL news around the whole offseason.
These have pretty much just become these 4 teams. Okay, 3 teams. I'm not going to really consider the Lions because they haven't made that many huge moves.
Other than all the running back rumors that they're going to probably have a 100-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard rusher.
These 3 teams, other than the Lions, have a chance to become a lot more dominating than they have been in the past.
But that's the thing. They're going to be more pressured to because of all the...
They're all new.
All the acquired players they just got. Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Graham with Green Bay, and with Aaron Rodgers' new contract extension. And now we have Khalil Mack to Chicago, one of the best defensive ends, highest paid defensive ends in NFL history.
Can we pause on that for you? You just said Aaron Rodgers' contract.
Oh, that's part of the
That's just the biggest waste of money.
Is he the highest paid player also in NFL history?
As of right now, the most overpaid player in the league.
Yeah.
I mean,
100. No human being on the planet deserves $100 million guaranteed.
I mean,
no.
If
we can agree on that.
If he wins a Super Bowl, that's genius. Honestly, that's genius.
This
year. It has to be this year.
Well, that helps him, but still.
That's a big if.
If he gets injured again, that's all a waste for this year at least. Because who knows? He's probably more prone to injury again after that rotator cuff, I want to say, shoulder around that.
I mean, if you
collarbone.
Collarbone. That's
collarbone.
Think about it. Some guys that come from the NFL, they ask for so much, and then they don't end up doing anything after.
Right.
That's true. It's just a big waste.
So they just have all this money just sitting there, and it's just not doing anything.
Well, back to your remarks on the Bear. Khalil Mack is the only one
The Bears'
like,
defense were
a
pretty good last
Pro Bowl
season, though.
defender that's on the Bears.
Oh, yeah.
So Chicago is still not going to be.
They were pretty good last season,
I'm
though.
going to give them third. Detroit's going to be in last, unfortunately. But
Wow, that's so sad.
Wow.
Tears.
I'm going by the stat. What do I want?
Who's going to be first?
I
Green
want
Bay? Who do you think will be first? Green Bay or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
That'd be crazy.
That's.
I think they have a better receiver core, obviously, not counting tight ends, because Jimmy Graham's.
Well, look
better,
at the offensive weapons in Chicago that they have.
Yep,
It's
that was the big thing.
It's
that I was looking at.
Trubisky, Jordan
Oh,
Howard,
Trey
Allen
Cohen.
Allen Robinson,
Allen Robinson, Tariq Cohen.
Trey Burton at tight end.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they have a solid core,
they do.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that
but
works
it's not
out.
going to it's not going to translate.
This division, I think, is one of the most competitive I can say this season. Honestly,
We'll
Look
take a minute.
at the teams last year that were so overhyped on their offenses. Nothing.
The
what teams were
Eagles-
those? Well, they won
The
the Super
Eagles
Bowl.
produced.
I'd say probably the Saints.
Saints
They did good,
really-
They produced, but they
They
didn't
did
produce enough.
Well, obviously because of the
Cowboys.
Minnesota
Cowboys,
miracle. Cowboys definitely. They had a horrible season. Oh man, nothing was good for them.
Rams.
The Rams were. Todd Gurley had a phenomenal season.
Todd Gurley
But
did. Jared
but-
Goff did
but
too.
again, like I said,
The Falcons.
didn't translate.
You think
They
the
were
Falcons are
coming
pretty
off in the
consistent?
passing game last year.
Didn't translate.
Julio needs to have a better season, more touchdowns. It was
Oh, yeah.
horrible last season.
Yeah.
Horrible in
Yeah.
the red zone.
And Antonio Gates is back. Again.
They need him because
He is
Hunter
back,
Henry
yes.
tore his ACL. Perfect.
Yeah, that's-
But
ouch.
at least he knows the system. He's a veteran tight end. He's always reliable.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect for them.
Yeah.
Back one more season, see what happens.
So we're going to switch it up. We're going to go a new segment called Frazier in the Fall, which is kind of like we did last year.
Okay.
Just football. We're going to week 3 already because the first
Oh,
2 weeks
nice.
are in the summer.
Yep.
We're starting the MAC Red. 2-0 Anchor Bay, 2-0 Dakota.
He's going to get their first loss. Someone.
Oh, that's Dakota. Are you kidding?
Oh, I'm not kidding. I agree with you.
I mean, the way I'm using this out because I know how they play. The way that they beat us by 30, I mean they have a good offense. They have a really good quarterback, really good backs. Their defense is phenomenal. Anchor Bay, I wouldn't say struggle, but they let Port
It'll be
Huron
more of a
put up-
competition.
They let Port Huron put 27.
I was at a during my tennis match. They had their team practicing next to us, so I was kind of like watching them as they were going. They've got a receiver. They've got a good receiver. From one thing I saw, they did. It was a defensive drill, kind of corner and safety, and they double covered him. And the quarterback threw it. I don't know if it was the quarterback, if it was a coach or something. It was a dime. It was a beautiful pass. The kid made the catch, double coverage.
Wow.
In the end zone.
That's pretty good.
For about
Okay.
30 yards.
That's really good, actually.
But
the rest,
it's going to be a good one. I mean,
Oh, that'd definitely be a great game.
yeah. And surprisingly, looking at this next one, 2-0 Stevenson and 1-1 Romeo.
That's funny.
I mean, with Stevenson, it comes in spurts. Like 4 years ago, Stevenson would route everybody.
Yep.
The last 4 years, they were terrible. Now it's probably Stevenson comes and goes, and apparently they're here.
I think they're back, yeah. That's why I'm going to
Just
pick
seeing
Stevenson.
Romeo
Giving them this one.
You're seeing Romeo at 1-1. That looks odd. But looking at this one, I'm going with the road team.
Me too.
I'll go with Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Yeah. And then 2-0 Chip at 1-1 Eisenhower. That looks weird.
I think this is where they come back, though.
That's a little weird.
This is also Channel 7's game of the week.
Ooh.
I like that pick.
That's Leo's game of the week.
I'm going to go Eisenhower on this one. They need a comeback game, and I think it's
Ike.
right here.
Chip.
Interesting.
Ooh. I mean, both of these teams are. No, they made big
Oh, no,
runs in the
both teams
playoffs
are
last
good,
year.
yeah.
I mean, so it's the red division's the toughest division.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And you could see why.
Definitely.
By far.
And then the MAC White, 1-1 Lions Cruise North, 1-1 Grosse Pointe North. Grosse Pointe North, after coming off a 21-17 win over Utica last week.
They needed that.
That's a close game right there.
They needed that.
Yeah,
I'm going to give this to the home team, though. Grosse Pointe, I think, is going to be
Well,
back
I
on
like
the roll.
Grosse Pointe North in this one.
I'm liking it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Grosse Pointe.
And then the two teams that are undefeated in the division, 2-0 Warren Mott, 2-0 Grosse Pointe South.
Mott
has a good team.
I'm thinking Mott on this one. They got a few big dudes.
But, like you said, just home field advantage. South.
I'm going to go with Mott on this one.
I'll go with
I think
South.
Mott's going to be it.
I'll go with South. And then a battle. Who's going to get their first one in this one? Utica, 0-2. 0-2 Utica Ford.
Give the away Utica a chance.
Let's see it, Tyler. We all here.
Utica, we support you, my brother.
I'm going Utica.
Utica Ford.
Yeah,
Wow, of course you did.
Utica Ford.
Tyler, you know where he lives.
Here we go to the Mac Blue. 0-2 Fraser. At 0-2 Port Huron. Here's the thing. Like breaking this down, I'm trying to break this down a little bit, like, not trying to be biased, well, I am biased because I'm on the team, but, I mean, last week, you could say so, I mean, you were in attendance, you were watching.
Yeah.
It looked better than the first game.
First game, yes.
Fraser's first game, with Ferndale to Dakota, there's improvement.
There's a big jump between a team that's got about 10 guys that are going to play in college and maybe 3.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, with
There's
Ferndale
a
beating
big
Fraser
difference there.
62-0 in week 1, and then playing Dakota. Again, that's the McRoy team. That's 2 divisions
In
higher.
the first half, Fraser Dakota, I will say that was a fight.
Yeah, oh, it was a fight throughout.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
but
it
was more intense through the beginning.
Probably more noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot closer. There was a lot that kind of happened really quickly. There was the drive by Dakota. We were all standing there in the band on the side of the track.
The Hail Mary.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not good.
A few of us in the group of guys. There's like a group of us that we all actually watched the game and everything. We're all with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that group of us. I don't know about everybody else. We don't really associate with a lot of people there. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Band.
Then
we're a big family.
Yeah.
But we don't all like talk.
Fraser's going into Port Huron. Last week, Port Huron lost Anchor Bay, 55-27.
All right.
And they lost to they lost to a Christian school. I forget the name.
Oh.
They lost to a Christian school. They lost to them by at least 11.
Okay, so they've been fighting.
Yeah, but last year, 31-17, Fraser beat them.
I'm giving this one to Fraser.
Oh,
Again.
Yeah,
Fraser?
Fraser, of course. And then Roseville, 1-1. Cuzno 0-2. Cuzno last week lost to Eisenhower 67-0.
That's a tough game.
So, yeah, I mean, division-wise for Fraser to win this, I'm going Cuzno. I mean,
I want Cuzno to get this. I want to give Fraser another, keep them closer in the running than they already are. But I got to give this one to Roseville.
I agree. I got to give it to Roseville, too.
Yeah.
I think just have the better upside.
Okay. And then the 2 top teams of the division.
Woo!
Lakeview 1-1, Port Huron Northern 1-1. This is simple for me. Port Huron Northern's 1-1. Looking at back how they were last year, they went 9-2 last year.
I mean, that's...
Beat Roseville in the first playoff game, then they lost. So Port Huron Northern.
Port Huron
Northern.
I gotta say it. I'm
Or what? I'm
going Lakeview.
actually, maybe say that again. Port Huron Northern at Lakeview. Port Huron Northern's at Lakeview because we're going to Port Huron. Fraser's at Port Huron.
Oh yeah, they share a field, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yep.
And
it's a nice stadium.
It's a nice stadium, but it sucks.
You don't like grass?
I don't like
just
grass.
kicking in the grass, or is it like?
It's just everything. Like it's
Just
cold.
traction-wise
First, it's colder around the lake.
That's true.
It's colder on the lake. You're kicking on You're in hostile territory. The sideline is only like 5 feet.
I remember those were really short.
From a brick wall.
Those were really short.
Yeah.
Somebody hit the wall or JV, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So,
but I am going Lakeview.
Yeah. Who'd you say?
Port Huron.
Port Huron Northern. Okay.
I understand the
And
law
then-
on this one.
Usually do.
From high school, let's move up one level. To college.
Boy.
To college.
Oh boy, I love
A lot of things happened last week.
So many
So much.
close games, so many.
And then a lot of
amazing
blowouts.
plays.
A lot of blowouts.
Somebody
But here's
got
the thing.
flipped.
Mhm.
This week, there's like no good games, but the games that on this sheet, that
Worth
they're
watching.
pretty- yeah,
Worth watching.
we're starting off the obvious. Number 15, Michigan State at Arizona State.
I mean, Arizona State, they want to do something because of their new
Yep.
coach, I believe, Herm Edwards.
Herb Edwards, yes, that's correct.
He really wants to do something for this program, so that's going to be a huge game for them to prove themselves.
I hope he does something.
I hope he
hope
does too.
I do too.
But
Well, I mean,
You have
You
to
know,
go
State-
Michigan State.
you have to go Michigan State. It was a
as
close game.
As iffy as they looked, well, they always start out slow. State always
Yeah,
starts
it's
slow.
first game for all college teams. You got to get into it.
I mean, Brian Lewerke looked good.
Well, yeah, but
287 yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
he's got to do better, though.
Granted, that pick was a pick six, but
He's got to do better. He's
Yeah.
got to show this game on why
It's the
he
it's
deserves
our-
to be the starting quarterback.
our offense is fine. It's our defense it's State's defense that needs work.
To me, a pick six is just the same as a normal pick. Because, I mean, if it all depends on where the interception happens, how far he's going to get up the field. If it's
Right.
like a short pass, of course he's going to go all the way because he's got nobody in front of him.
All the way.
Okay, you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm giving this to MSU.
I'm still
I'll
going
agree
with
with State. Yeah,
for sure.
Michigan State, and then Western Michigan.
Yeah,
who
I
lost?
know
To,
what you're
who
gonna say.
lost? Who lost to
Kentucky.
Syracuse? Who lost to
Oh,
Syracuse
wait.
last
No,
week?
that was Central. Yes, my
Who lost to
bad.
Syracuse last week.
Yes.
Even though they were getting blown out early, but they came back. They made it look respectable, and they're going to the Big House to play number 21 Michigan.
Also comes off from a loss from
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
That was a game.
Oh, man.
That was a game.
It was close by the end. Just that fumble. That fumble
Okay,
ruined
That
it.
hey,
fumble
let's
was
just
huge.
let's just go around. Shea Patterson.
I think he's better than Wilton Spade, though.
Overhyped.
He's better than Wilton Spade.
Overhyped.
He did. I won't say he's better than Spate yet. He played.
You have to
one
give
game.
him a couple, like 3 games.
Yep, it's his first actual college appearance too.
He didn't appear at Old Miss.
Yeah, he did.
No, I mean like not behind all the guys that were there last year.
So you're saying
Right.
like full-time starter.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay.
like being in the spotlight.
Okay.
I could see that, but
I was trying to
just
think of the words in my head.
I mean,
as was
being in
going.
the
I was
spotlight,
like, I don't know
Being
how
a
to
starting
say this.
quarterback of Michigan against a huge team like Notre Dame,
Oh,
that's
it was a
definitely
rivalry game too.
yeah, exactly. That's definitely
Yeah.
spotlight for you.
That was
Yeah.
his first game at the
They
Big
did
House,
good. Their whole team. I mean, obviously could have done better. Notre Dame
Oh, yeah.
did have some. Like Notre Dame's quarterback led them.
oh yeah,
Yep.
Led them. He's usually a runner. He did it all last Saturday. He could run
Yeah,
it. He
he-
threw 2, I think, 2 passing, I think, and a rushing, I believe.
yes, that's correct.
He was great. He was great.
But
But when it comes to this game, I mean,
it's
U of M's going to come
it's
back.
Michigan.
I think if Western Michigan wins, though, that's going to be crazy
That's-
on Harbaugh. Harbaugh's going to be definitely worried.
I know some
Yes.
people in the band at Western.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they're all
Interesting.
coming to this game
Well-
too. There's like a big group of people gone.
Well, staying in the state of Michigan, up in Mount Pleasant, Kansas at Central Michigan,
Who Central lost to Kentucky. There we go. I got it
35
right.
to 20 last week.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, Central's running game has to improve,
Yes.
obviously.
Oh, yes. That's what they struggled with last game.
Their passing game too,
Well, I mean,
just everything. I mean,
Offense in general.
yeah,
Their
there's
defense, a little bit of room for improvement. But.
yeah, I think we're all in favor of the chips.
I'm in favorite chips.
Oh yeah.
Now this one's interesting. Eastern Michigan at Purdue.
Well, I mean,
Eastern did win.
Yes.
They won last week, but it's Purdue.
I got to go Purdue, too. I'm sorry, Eastern, but
I'll boil her up.
I'm liking Eastern here.
Eastern?
I'm just kind of feeling it.
Okay.
It's just one of those feelings.
Thanks.
Like I'm sticking with this state. Purdue, I don't really hear too much from them from football that
Football
often.
standpoint.
Yeah, it's basketball you hear from.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the 2 ranked games that we got. Number 3 Georgia, number 24 South Carolina.
Georgia looked great.
Georgia looked
Georgia.
unstoppable.
From.
Yeah.
I
They're
love 'em.
having a good start.
Yeah.
They had a good
Clemson and A&M. Clemson number 2.
start.
God,
also
Clemson's
had a good
defense.
start.
All right.
Clemson's defensive line, all of them will be drafted in the first round. That's a statement right there.
All of them.
All of them. Defensive line, all drafted first round.
Mark it up for April.
Mark it
I'll
up.
give it
Mark it up
first,
for April.
like, 3
Their defense is insane.
Yes.
first 3 rounds, maybe.
First
Maybe.
round. Guarantee
Yeah.
it.
They'll all get drafted.
If they do, you all owe me $10. Bet there. Let's keep going.
I didn't shake on that.
We're still going.
Just
Okay.
go with it.
We're
And
going.
then
Wait, wait a second. What if you're wrong?
Then I owe you each of you $10.
I like it.
I'll take that.
On camera. Oh, and you too.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I like that.
I want $10.
Or you could
and
just
then,
like.
all right,
buy us all lunch.
next matchup. This is probably
The more
best looking
competitive
one.
game, yes.
Number 17 USC, number 10 Stanford.
I mean, you all know how I think USC is overhyped, but I think I'm gonna go with the upset on this one.
USC.
Yep. I don't
I'm
think
thinking USC.
Bryce Love will do it for Stanford. I think he's gonna struggle this game
I'll go-
at home, even though.
I'll go Southern California on this one.
Interesting.
I like it. And then this one looked entertaining to me. Non-ranked, Virginia and Indiana. ACC, Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten strong this season.
Indiana.
Me too.
I'll take the Hoosiers. And then let's move up one more level to the National Football League.
Oh boy.
It's week 1.
NFL week 1.
We're finally back. As we said in the beginning, a lot of stuff happened in the offseason.
Oh my God, yeah.
We discussed most of it last season as it happened.
Yes.
Now, before we get into it, biggest takeaway from preseason.
Biggest takeaway from preseason? I would
Out of
say
all 32
the
teams.
Denver Broncos. They have a solid starting running back. They have a solid, I would say, wide receiver 3 or 4 in Cortland Sutton. He looked great to me. I mean, I think the Broncos are going to be way better this season than they did last season. And drafting Bradley Chubb, I thought that was a steal for them. I didn't think they'd make it to him.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Bradley Chubb.
Here's my biggest takeaway. First, with Tampa Bay, Peyton Barber.
Whew.
Peyton Barber is going to be he's going to be a stud. He's like not Saquon.
Better than the rest of their running backs they have.
He's going to be a good quality running back. That's
Yeah.
That's one of the
solid
biggest.
first, second, third down back, yeah.
And of course, Indy with Andrew Luck, just on how
That's
he
huge.
looks.
That's huge. Going to play in NFL again.
Welcome back.
Just on how he looks, he's going to be in the top 10 again, maybe top 5 again, like he was.
Yeah, I'll give him.
Quarterback rating, yes.
And most depressing thing, Oakland,
Man.
just gone. What were they What are they do? What were they doing? What were they thinking?
They're rebuilding, I guess. Who knows?
It's.
There's work that needs to be done all around that team. They're gonna. I talked about it with. Was that with you and Joe?
Yeah.
They're gonna be the Cleveland Browns this year. They're gonna
Really?
be the ones that tank
But then.
horribly.
But then there's that helmet. There's that orange helmet right there.
The team you just said.
I'm liking them.
Oh my God, I'm so hyped for them. I really hope something happens.
is-
At least they win a
This
game.
is what I get. I don't understand why people are getting so overhyped for Cleveland. It's Cleveland. Look what they've done the last 2 years.
This is their.
They've won
comeback.
one game in 2 years.
And they're about to win at least one more game this season.
I'm giving them.
They
5.
get Tyrod Taylor. Okay.
Solid starter.
Okay, they draft Baker Mayfield,
Who looked
most
great in the preseason. He
most
did better than
overrated-
Tyrod.
Most overrated quarterback in the draft.
You gotta admit, he's been good the preseason.
I said that.
Just say he's been good the preseason.
Average.
At least he got average.
Average.
At least he got average.
You got Carlos Hyde, who's about to hit 30, the
Still
running back
good
that's
back.
over the hill.
Oh yeah.
Nick Chubb.
I mean, look at
Nick,
Frank Gore,
Nick
though.
Chubb. Nick Chubb is on the fence. You have Josh Gordon coming back.
He's
Gordon coming back
he's gonna
from.
do pretty good. I got a feeling.
Oh,
about
Josh Gordon's
And
gonna be
then,
good. Look what he did last season.
and then Jarvis
He did.
Landry. Jarvis Landry is the only decent spot on their offense. Their defense, they
You're
got
gonna get a
Miles
lot of
Garrett.
hate, bro.
They got
There's a
Miles.
lot of good stuff.
They got Miles Garrett. Their defense looks okay,
Right in last season.
but it's Cleveland. I mean, it's
You don't think they're gonna win at least one game?
well.
At least one. So that means one at the most.
I mean, what I'm hearing from people like
I mean,
they're
one at
going to make
least.
the playoffs. They're going to
No.
go 9 and
No,
7.
they're not gonna make the playoffs. If they do,
They're gonna be
it'd be
looking
wild
for a
card.
wild
If they
card.
get lucky,
Five-
it'd be wild card.
Here's 5 wins. Here's my
That's great.
prediction.
That's a great season for them.
Cleveland will have more wins than Miami. I'm
I
calling
can
it
see,
right
yeah,
now.
I can see it.
Cleveland will have more wins than Miami and Oakland
Yes.
I can see that.
Okay.
and the Broncos.
So-
No, I'm playing.
let's get into it. First week. Man, just like we said, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is back. I love the Steelers. My ride or die,
Cleveland is. Pittsburgh is giving 4.
which they should.
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh will dominate in this game.
You're hoping they do.
James Conner is going to go off.
And?
I want to see him.
Yeah, I do
want
too.
to
I
see
want
what
to see.
he's going to do.
He's been hyped a lot
James
in
Conner.
preseason because he's
All
been
right.
getting all the reps. It's Le'Veon's not there.
San Fran -6 at Minnesota, and Kirk Cousins Vikings debut.
Kirk Cousins needs to play good.
Oh man, the Vikings.
He needs to play
have
good.
A game. The Vikings
Skull.
got this.
Yeah.
Skull.
Minnesota.
Skull. All right. And
This
then
is
we
a
have-
toss-up for me.
And then we have Cincinnati -3 at Indy.
That's a toss-up for me.
Luck returning in this game.
Andrew Luck, welcome back. You're getting a dub.
This is a toss-up for me.
I'm with you.
I'm going
Sticking with
Cincinnati
you.
on this one.
Indy. And then we have -7.5 Buffalo
Oh, God, Buffalo.
at Baltimore.
What's
Baltimore
Buffalo
is
doing?
just like
4-0 in the preseason.
wait, who? Buffalo?
Baltimore.
Oh, they're going to lose this one.
Even with Buffalo's
That
quarterback.
could be-
Could history repeat itself? What? Remember the last team to go 4-0 in the preseason?
Yep.
Cleveland. And who did it before? Detroit.
Yep.
Look what happened. Both 0-16. I'm giving Buffalo this one. Despite the point spread.
I'm giving
Uh,
It's going
Baltimore.
to come down to the fourth quarter. Baltimore's going to pull through.
Dude, Buffalo's
With
quarterbacks
Alex
are
Collins.
With a field
not
goal.
good.
With Tucker, of course.
Baltimore.
Because he's just money.
He's a great
Jacksonville
My other ride or die.
and at the New York Giants. The Giants are -3. Oh, yeah, the Giants are -3.
Jacksonville, man. Oh my
Odell
God.
is as good
Jacksonville's
as he was
-3. I take that
before
back.
he got hurt.
Jacksonville's -3. I take that back. They're
This
the favorite.
will be close.
Jacksonville wins this by a landslide.
Jacksonville wins this, man. Their defense is too
I
good.
say
I'm
with
keeping
the
this
point
close.
spread, they win by 20 or more.
Wow.
The new running back in
Well,
Saquon.
welcome
and
to the
Odell
league,
coming
Saquon.
back.
You gotta hope Eli
Oh,
produces.
he's going to get rocked his first game.
Yeah,
Everybody
he's
does.
not going to have a 45-yard carry on his first down like he
No.
did. No.
He
This
could,
is
but it's
my
not like.
prediction. Kareem Hunt never fumbled until his first play in the NFL, right?
Right.
If Saquon gets popped like that, will he have a breakout season? Like
Well,
Kareem?
he could be like Kareem Hunt, producer 7 weeks, and then he just stops.
He didn't just stop. He was pretty good the last 4
totally
weeks.
stopped.
He was
He
good the
kept
last 4
going.
weeks. He was good the last
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Then probably the biggest point spread of the week. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. New Orleans is giving 9.5.
New Orleans.
Yeah, Saints.
New Orleans, man. Come on.
Saints.
Doesn't matter.
Who dat?
Kamara's going to have a game.
Michael Thomas is going to have a game.
He will have a game.
The
Drew
Saints
Brees-
will have a game.
Yeah.
Oh, in
Houston-
general.
Houston at New England. New England is giving 6.5 to Houston.
I think this is my biggest upset. I'm going Houston. Deshaun Watson's back. They're about to beat Brady at home.
Boom.
Houston.
I
Boom.
want to see.
Oh.
This is going to be crazy. Put Watt one-on-one with Gronk.
Huh?
You heard it here.
I want to see it.
Okay.
What? I want to see that.
Okay.
J.J. Watt.
I can see it.
One-on-one coverage with Gronk.
I like it.
Oh my God. That'd be
I like it.
Two monsters.
Then we have probably the lowest. Tennessee at Miami. Tennessee is giving Miami 1.5. I'm going with the Titans.
I'm going Titans too,
Titans.
man.
Miami's
going
going to get.
I'm going
Miami's
with
going to lose by a
Wow,
landslide.
you just said Miami was going to be trash, and now you said
Miami?
they're going to
I
win?
think they are, but I feel like if they're going to win a game, it's going to be this one. Kenny
Okay.
Stills is going to get some targets.
How about Amendola?
He'll get hurt.
They did get
Yeah.
a Wow.
Kansas City at the Chargers.
This is probably the closest game I see this week.
Chargers, are you kidding?
I'm going Chargers.
I am too, but I think it'll be a close game.
I hope it's close.
Hopefully their kicker doesn't mess up.
He
Start-
went right for the kicker.
Right for the kicker.
Do you have something against kickers?
I have one against the Chargers when you miss like 3 games in a row. That ruins the 3 games in a row.
Who was the
Young
that was
three
Hoku.
extra points in the
No, that
same
was
game?
Roberto Aguayo. Again.
No.
Yeah, he was on the Chargers in the preseason. And
Nah,
then they cut
I'm
him.
talking about last
Oh,
season.
oh, last
I'm
season?
talking about last season.
Oh, that was Young Hoku.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can't.
And-
They can't have kickers
Let's
like
see
that.
it. And Seattle at Denver. Denver's giving Seattle 3.
Seattle.
Super Bowl rematch from a few years back.
Denver.
Denver. Case Keenum is Royce Freeman. I'm calling it right. Royce Freeman over 100 yards rushing, and Case Keenum over 200 yards passing in Week 1.
Whoa.
Boom. Defense comes up with, I'm just saying it, 3.5 sacks.
Oh my God.
You got to throw in a half in there because you can never get a solid sack.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true. Because, I mean,
Dallas Dallas at Carolina. We all know who Eric's taking.
I'm going Carolina too, though.
Carolina. It doesn't matter what the point spread is. It's -3. Carolina's giving Dallas. I'm going Carolina.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. You're welcome. Washington at Arizona. This is probably the tightest game. Sam Bradford is starting for Arizona in Week 1.
I mean, Sam Bradford's
And
still a
Alex
solid
Smith's
QB.
debut with the Redskins.
I'm feeling the Skins.
I'm feeling the Cards.
Skins. I go with Skins.
Chris Thompson.
Of course.
David Johnson.
Shocker. Sunday Night Football.
Ooh.
Chicago at Green Bay.
Great game to watch.
man.
Green Bay's giving 7.5.
God, Green Bay, though.
Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers
Green
back.
Bay.
Doesn't matter.
Jimmy
Green
Graham.
Bay.
And Jimmy Graham.
2 touchdowns.
Oh, my God. That's bold.
Thank you.
That's really
I'm going bold. It's the first show of the year. I'm going bold. Monday night doubleheader. I will be in attendance at this game as the Jets take on the Lions.
I would love to be.
I would love to as well. Sam Darnold, first start NFL quarterback. Well, regular season.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm we're all taking Detroit.
I'm taking
and I
Detroit.
think we're all taking the Rams.
Taking the Rams.
Oh, have to.
At Oakland,
You have
doesn't
to.
matter. Rams.
We're back for Fantasy Zone.
Fantasy football.
All right. So, Brian, start us off with some starts.
For your starting quarterbacks, you should start Phillip Rivers versus the Chiefs.
Okay.
Because they probably won't have Eric Berry. He's been pretty banged up this preseason.
Very true.
And in the last 10 home games, 7 of them, the last 10 home games against the Chiefs, 7 of those games he threw 2 touchdowns. And then Matt Stafford versus the Jets, like we just said. Their defense allowed 30 pass touchdowns in their last 7 away games.
Okay.
And then
I like it.
running back, I got Alex Collins versus the Bills. The Bills' defense were horrible against running backs, allowing about 28 PPR points per game. And then Royce Freeman, as you talked about, big games. He was just a solid preseason. And then, yeah, he's named a starter, so I think he's going to go off. And wide receiver, you got the reliable Larry Fitzgerald against the Redskins. He's going to be
Still catching touchdowns.
and he's going to be put up against a second-year cornerback, so that's going to be pretty
gonna be good
easier
for
for
him.
him. And
I'll
you got
put
Will
up for that.
Fuller at the Patriots, because when Deshaun Watson was quarterback, in 4 games he got 7 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's insane.
Because they target DeAndre Hopkins.
Will
more.
Fuller
Yep.
is a
Covered.
late sleeper in my opinion.
Okay.
And then at tight end, it's going to be surprising, but I got Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed.
I mean, if he's not injured, he's pretty much the most talented tight end in the NFL.
He'll probably stub his toe coming out of the tunnel.
But he's been 100% healthy in the preseason, so with no injuries again, so you're going to be good.
Yeah.
You got Delaney Walker versus the Dolphins.
Walker.
Dolphins defense, they suffered more PPR points to tight ends than any other team last season.
That's
At
true.
defense, even though someone picked the Bills, I believe,
Yes.
I got the Ravens defense. I mean, come on. Nathan Peterman, really?
Yeah.
The Ravens defense were spectacular last season. And then the Saints versus the Buccaneers, because they don't have Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one for me.
I'm with
And then a
that.
kicker,
With it.
your boy Will Lutz versus the Bucks. They allowed about 9 fantasy points to kickers last season.
Well, the Saints' offense is always on fire, so of
Exactly.
course he's going to be.
If
And
the
then
Saints are going to kill him
I
in
got
this
my
game,
ride
that's a
or
ton of
die.
extra points.
Or field
Chris
goal.
Boswell against the Browns.
That's
I mean,
a good
come on.
Boswell.
I mean,
Okay.
the defense were good, but it's kickers. He's going to get points.
Yeah. All right. I got sits. Sit of the week. This might become a shocker, but we got Ben Roethlisberger
Big
against
ouch.
the
Big ouch, yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Roethlisberger might be tough to bench against Cleveland, but these stats, keep these in mind. Okay?
I'll keep it in mind. It's in my mind.
In his last 6 starts in Cleveland, he scored 17 or more points just once, 2015. He's also been held to 1 or fewer touchdown passes in three of those games.
That's not good.
What's more, this Browns defense isn't going to be a pushover. Beware of Big Ben. And then Jimmy Garoppolo against the Vikings. We all love Garoppolo and the potential he's got, but don't trust him. We don't trust him to go up against a big line in the Vikings.
Mm.
That's kind of, that's one of the biggest lines in the league, and they averaged last year about 9.5 points per quarterback a
That's
game.
pretty good. I mean,
So
that's not good.
if you have depth, put Garoppolo on the pine.
All right.
Derek Carr against the Rams. Do I really have to go into detail
The Rams.
with their defense? I mean, with adding Sue, Marcus Peters, and
Akeem Talib. Yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be bad for him.
And then I got Patrick Mahomes against the Chargers. Mahomes is the biggest sleeper and breakout candidate, but it's tough to trust him in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I see that.
it's tough against the Chargers defense, allowing just 11.5 points to quarterbacks last year on their home field.
That's
Bust beware. Case Keenum against Seattle. I'm just going off. Running back, set Marshawn Lynch, obviously, against their defense, against the Rams defense. Carlos Hyde against the Steelers. Like I said earlier, Carlos Hyde is going down,
slowly,
downward trend. You know, he looks impressive, but keep in mind they also have Duke Johnson and Nick Chubb in the backfield as well.
Yep.
So they're going to be splitting
the
time.
committee.
Jamal Williams against the Bears. He's a nice volume start, but don't be surprised if his numbers are less than the stellar against the Bears. And Khalil Mack and Raquan Smith.
That's going to be
He's a flex at
atrocious.
best. Chris Carson against the Broncos. Chris Carson's value, most drafts was, up and down.
Because we didn't know who the
Up and down.
starter would be.
And he could lose work to Rashad Penny.
That's true if he's not
So, if he's back from the injured finger. Bust. Beware of LaShawn McCoy at Baltimore and Isaiah Crowell at Detroit.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. Sit of the week for receivers, Josh Gordon against the Steelers. Obviously, he's going to,
He's not even going to start.
Potential. That's a huge question, but he's going up against Joe Hayden, a former Brown. If you have other options,
Play him.
yeah. Amari Cooper against the Rams. Basically, if you have anybody on Oakland's offense, sit him this week. Pretty much. Pierre Garçon against the Steelers. He's a solid PPR option.
For sure. But they have Marquise Goodwin, too.
Yep, in the pass attack for Garoppolo, and he's going up against a tough defense in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Calvin Benjamin against the Bills.
I would agree with that.
His stock has sunk like the Titanic. So,
all right.
And he's now the top wide receiver in an offense that fields far more questions than answers with Nate Peterman.
Plus the Ravens defense, obviously.
Yes. Must beware Mike Evans at the Saints and Devin Funchess against the Cowboys.
Interesting.
I'll agree with that one. I don't want to, but I will.
So anything else you got? Tight ends?
Tight ends,
Kickers?
I'm saying for sure you got to put Kyle Rudolph in there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Against the 49ers. I don't know how you should feel about Hooper versus the Eagles.
Well, considering the fact that they played it last night, so yeah. So then, what else you got?
I'm agreeing with Lutz. You kind of covered that one there.
Yeah. So.
For defense, for sure, I think you should definitely start the Rams.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
Rams.
starting the Rams.
Start the Rams. If you do, I say start the Saints. I start the Chargers. Start the Panthers.
I'd give it to the Panthers.
And
as
obviously
long
the
as
number one
they're-
defense in football, Jacksonville.
Oh, you have to start Jacksonville, especially against
And Baltimore.
the Giants.
Thank you.
And Baltimore. So, but that's all we got for week 1.
Just to make
And-
sure, our trusty notes and information came from Michael Fabiano from the NFL website, and then Ian Rappaport.
Yes. So, and that's all the time we have for this week. Apologies, Sam Martin. We ran out of time for him this week. We'll try and get him on the show next week. And as always, keep it fresh.